BYU at UCF. I am terrified of this game for BYU fans. And I mean, I am terrified of this game. I think this is, I've pointed to this game since the summer, and I have continued to point to it because this is going to be a tough place to go and win. And I don't care who the starting quarterback at UCF is. I think that this is going to be one of those games where BYU is almost going to have to be perfect on offense. You can't turn the ball over. Jake Retzlaff is going to have one of his best games as a quarterback. And I need more read option out of this offense. I want to see the script. If you're scripting 15 plays, give me 9 of those as runs. Come out. Commit to burning clock, commit to road grading, commit to keeping your defense fresh, and you will win this game. I think this is one of the toughest games left on their schedule, Jake.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have good reason to have been looking at this game all season long on the schedule. And I look at this, and if you look at how the lines have shifted on this game, BYU opened as a 1-point favorite in this game, and it's now swung to them being a 2.5-point dog. And, part of that is, what we always talk about. Hey, people don't watch BYU enough. They don't know this team. So I'm not surprised that BYU is a dog heading east to play UCF. But what concerns me in this game is you're not going to get away with bad play calling in this game. You have that bad interception getting cute with trick plays, you will lose this game. And for me, this is the first game on your schedule where if you don't run the football effectively, you will lose the game. And I say that because Jake Retzlaff, and I love the guy, love the big playability, love the comfortability in the offense, but you can't just lean on your quarterback in this game and expect to win the game. You have to run the football this week to win. And you have to run the football, especially when you're going to a hostile environment. It's going to be really humid. We know that. It's a trademark of that building and that team. I will say I don't think that BYU is going to be huffing and puffing for air. Everyone always says that about UCF. BYU's coming down from elevation. They will be more than comfortable from a stamina standpoint. The sweating and the dehydration will be more of the problem. So to me, I agree. I want to see him run the football. I want to see you come out and establish possession and show this UCF team early that, hey, we're 7-0 for a reason, and we're gonna teach you some things this week. And I kind of want to see this sort of toughness come out of BYU in this game. I want to see some intent with the running game. Don't just hand it off, but hand it off with the intent to go and punish those linebackers. Go and impose your will. And if you do that, I do think you'll win this game. But I don't want to show up to this show on Monday and talk about 3 interceptions and a fumble and your defense couldn't hold up. And I don't want to have that conversation.
And here's the truth. It's going to be 86 degrees and sunny with 40% humidity. So it's not going to be unbearable. But you have moles on your face if you're BYU. You're awful on third down, both defensively and offensively.
Mm-hmm.
You turn the ball over too much, and you are not efficient in the passing game. Those are the biggest issues for BYU. Here's the good news. UCF doesn't stop anybody on third down. And when you look at them, they're worse than BYU at getting off the field on third down. They are not great. And I think you look at the way that the UCF offense is operating. You don't know who they are. You don't know.
There's one constant.
They have the number 1 offense in the league because they run the hell out of the football. And the reason they're so bad on third down, both sides, is they don't have consistent, effective passing, which is why KJ's lost his job here effectively. And I'm curious if BYU is going to be able to show that they can stop the run, because against the best rushing teams, K-State was able to operate pretty effectively. And that's going to determine this game. I think you've got to turn UCF over. They love turning the football over. As good as they are in the red zone, man, they turn the football over. If they can be, if they can be 50, 60% in the red zone, UCF's going to have a chance to win this game. My biggest question is, what is the identity of BYU's offense? Into a big play, spectacular offense that's required to win games, instead of a run first, play action, creating opportunities for your spectacular over the top offense.
Break your back with RPO.
That's what's concerning to me. And I think it is also concerning that BYU hasn't played a whole lot of games on the road. It's concerning to me that Provo is an amazing home field advantage, but so is the bounce house. And I think this is going to be a hell of a lot closer than people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll be fun to see who scores more points in this game, because this has an opportunity to be 38-34. This has an opportunity to be 52-10. What kind of game are we going to get? Who are we going to see out of what's the offense we're going to see out of UCF?
Are we getting a defense that can stop RJ Harvey in the running game? Or are we getting what we got last week against Ollie Gordon? A 60% Ollie Gordon, I might add. Like, you understand that this cat ran for 154 on Iowa State. Like, that's not a fluke. That's not a joke. That's a good defense he did that against. So Monday, again, if we're talking about, hey, you stopped the run and forced them to pass, you won this game easily, comfortably, convincingly. But if RJ Harvey has a $150 against you, you're going to lose this game by 10 to 17 points, in my opinion. Now, that's not going to happen. My prediction is that BYU is going to stop the run because they don't have to respect the pass. And I swear on my life, I said this on Monday,
my life.
I said this Monday coming out of the Oklahoma State game. I do not want to see 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers trying to stop the run. Don't show me that look. Show me 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 1 high safety, and 1 DB helping you stop the run. That's what I want to see.
Here's what worries you about UCF. They average 9 yards a carry against the best defense in the conference at Iowa State. 9 yards a carry. Ja'Cory Brown had 13 for 154, and RJ Harvey was 25 for 196. BYU is going to play a hell of a lot of man on defense, which they already do. BYU loves to play man. And you are going to have to sell out to stop the run, and you are going to have to hope that you get interceptions, because Ja'Cory Brown was 8 of 20 for 62 yards with a 3.1 yard completion average.
Yeah.
Is Iowa State a better defense than BYU? Yes. But is their secondary better than BYU? No. I think this is BYU stopping the run. And I think this is BYU getting off the field on a high percentage on 3rd down, which they have not done this year. I think this is 38-24. BYU wins the game. And I think that RJ Harvey and Ja'Cory Brown are going to have their moments running the ball, but you can't just run the ball. And again, I point to 39 carries last week. They ran the ball 39 times, threw it 20. You cannot win football games in this conference doing that.
Yeah, I think
can't do it.
I agree with you on the kind of game it's going to be. I just think it'll be 1 possession lower scoring. I think it's 31-17.
The only thing that worries me is, what did UCF discover in Ames last weekend? Did they find out who they are offensively and we're all of a sudden Army? Or is that just what the game dictated? Because Ja'Cory Brown's a nice, well-sized, good dude.
And Iowa State did not tackle well in that game, I might point out, too.
Well, but did they not tackle well because Ja'Cory Brown is 6'4", 220? Or did they not tackle well because they just had a bad day and they didn't tackle well?
I would pick the latter. I don't think that Iowa State just forgot how to tackle. I think they didn't play well. And when you don't play well against good competition, you're going to get it run up on you. You're going to lose a game you shouldn't lose.
And again, I'm just asking for a friend. Is this the week where all the moles come out on BYU's face and they
We'll see.
and
I'm
they
taking them
and
to
they
win.
fall apart?
I'm taking them to win.
I'm taking them to win too. But I need to see dramatic improvement. I need to see you guys hit the like button
A lot.
because we've had 2,000 views and we only have 68 likes. So please hit the like button. I need to see BYU clean up a lot of its mess. I think BYU wins 38-24. That's the question that I have. How does this game go? What does BYU show us in this game? Because I think that's a big deal. Tanner Plummer, BYU's defense better put 8 guys in the box tomorrow. They didn't do that against Dolly Gordon.
Right? That's what I'm saying, dude.
Well, you also had a prolific passing offense against Oklahoma State. I mean, they can throw the football. So yeah. I understood the game plan.
But you think that early in that game they should have been worried about Rangel throwing the football?
Yes. I think they should have been worried about the RPO that Oak State showed. But what happened to Rangel? He got his ass beat.
Yeah.
BYU's defense is fast and they are physical and they love to put a hurting on you.
Yeah.
How many guys limped off the field for Oak State?
A lot.
Multiple guys limped off the field.
Including Ollie Gordon.
And it's because they're putting a pounding on your ribs. They're putting a pounding on your thighs. And I love RJ Harvey. I love Ja'Cory Brown's game. It's actually fun to watch them play offense. I thought they had Iowa State last week, but what ultimately happened, they turned the ball over. Yeah. They couldn't execute. And if there's a defense that's more opportunistic in this conference than BYU, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And I would be a little more worried if this was a turf game or this is good weather, good throwing weather, good running weather. And as much as I think UCF has a dominant rushing offense, if LJ Martin is healthy and plays, BYU wins. He is a difference maker for them. He is let's see. Who else? You guys are still on this Penn State thing. Okay. Thomas, BYU just gave Chuck Norris a late football scholarship. BYU never gives up another point the rest of the season. That could be true.
I mean, that sounds like great analysis.
That could be true. Yeah. Tanner, I'm confident that BYU's defense will get multiple turnovers tomorrow.
And I don't think you're off with that. I do think that UCF's propensity to turnover will be on full display.
Yeah. I would agree with that.